Hello, everyone, and welcome back to It All Starts With a Wish podcast. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Mark.
It's almost Christmas.
We're getting there. Only a few weeks off.
And it's almost a new year.
Almost the new year.
I'm ready.
Don't know. New Year scares me even more than the old year. I don't know.
It should be exciting. No?
I don't know.
We don't know what awaits in 2025.
That's correct.
Two Disney trips await in 2025 though.
Well, yes, I guess that's a good thing.
So
to look
that's a
forward
good thing.
to. How about that?
That's amazing.
We ready for one more Santa Claus joke?
I guess so.
Well, actually, two more, because we have 2 more weeks of this.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Go ahead.
What does Santa spend his hard-earned salary on?
I don't know.
Jingle bills.
I literally was like, why do you have a bell?
So that bell that you just heard, we got on a Santa Claus train. Not to be called the Polar Express because copyright issues.
Yes.
But a Santa Claus train, and they made the worst possible decision on when to hand out the jingle bells to the kids.
Yes.
On the ride home. No. You give that to them when they get off the train. Because the whole ride home was...
With like...
Every kid.
Like 20
every kid
bells going.
in the train.
Yeah.
In the little box car.
Yeah.
Every kid.
Yeah, they gave it to them at the halfway point. So at the turnaround point where we were heading back, that's when the bells came. It was a very long time to listen to bells ringing. Where's your Christmas cheer?
Not there when you're ringing Christmas bells like that.
Everyone had headaches.
Ha ha! Did you hear that?
No, what'd you say?
You missed my good rhyme. It was a Christmas rhyme.
I missed it.
You said, where's your Christmas cheer? And I said, not there with bells ringing in my ear. Ha 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 ha! Sign me up to be Dr. Seuss. Give you some Grinch stole
I'll sign
Christmas.
you up for something. But
I'm
it might be...
speaking in rhymes!
It might be Grippy Sock.
Blast you!
Oh my gosh. All right.
I have not watched that movie yet. Jim Carrey's
Really?
Grinch Stole Christmas,
have.
all the way through yet this year. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I haven't actually sat down and watched the whole thing, so I need to make a point of that. Also, I've not watched The Christmas Carol yet this year, featuring George C. Scott, which is the best Christmas Carol of all time. I don't care what anybody else thinks. The George C. Scott version, the best. Nobody does it better than George C. Scott. Hands down.
Is that the guy with the white beard?
The very
or the
big
bald
sideburns. No, the sideburns.
Guy? Okay.
Yeah.
We talk about this every year, and I never know which one you're talking about. I like the animated Jim Carrey version from Disney, personally.
Very dark, though, and weird at times.
Like me.
Well, the Christmas Carol should be dark.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point of it. Like,
Muppets isn't
joyous
bad.
at the end. We're Marley and Marley. You know, underrated Scrooge there in the Muppets Christmas Carol.
I only know him as the guy from Austin Powers. He plays the dad. And I know he is known for so much more than that. But that's all I can think of.
Michael Caine.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, what? Michael
Oh,
Caine. Very
yeah.
famous actor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
goodness.
I don't know people's names.
Uncultured swine.
I am.
Anyways.
I thought he would have a more British name.
So, this episode is going to be the first in a series of 2 episodes where we are going to talk about the best and the worst.
In our opinion.
And we may do more of these too. We may do like other themes with best and worst, but we're going to start with restaurants.
I think it's the easiest thing to start with.
And so today we're going to start with the best and the worst restaurants in each one of the 4 theme parks. Counter service edition. Do. Next week, we will do the table service edition. Do.
Yep.
So counter service this week, table service next week. Rachel, can you remind us all what is the difference between counter service and table service?
Table service usually requires a reservation, though sometimes you can walk up if it is a slow time. But it is a sit-down meal where you are waited upon. And a counter service is going to act as a walk-up service where you go to a counter and you can put in mobile orders and sit kind of wherever you would like in the seating areas that they have.
Yeah.
Basically, you're just not being waited upon.
Think cafeteria style versus sit-down restaurant
Yeah.
style is basically
Yeah,
kind
pretty
of
much.
the gist of it.
Walk-up booth area.
Yeah.
Not really booths, but
Walk
like
up to a cash register or mobile order it
pay
on your
for
phone,
it,
pick it up,
leave.
and find your own table
Yeah.
versus sit down and be waited upon.
Exactly. Think
So-
of that as like a fast food restaurant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do counter service this week. Next week we'll do table service, and we're going to do this based upon the 4 theme parks. If you want more of this, we can certainly spread this out to hotels and to Disney Springs. But for now, we figure we'll just start with the 4 theme parks as a good starting point. How do you want to do this? Do you want to do all the best in the 4 parks first, or do you want to do best and worst in each park?
I think we should do best and worst in each park.
Okay. Do we want to start with the worst first or the best first? Do we want to start with or yeah?
I don't know. It's kind of like, should you give bad news before you give good news? You know what I mean?
You're supposed to give the compliment sandwich.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
supposed to do like good, bad, good.
But we don't have a second good, so.
That's correct. So I don't
So
know.
we'll just
That's why
do-
I'm asking.
We'll do worst, and then we'll end with the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the poopy and we'll end with the superb.
Yeah.
Great. What park do you want to start with?
I
Do you want to
think
go
Animal
oldest to
Kingdom.
youngest or youngest to oldest?
Oh,
Or just whatever?
I just think whatever. Animal Kingdom.
No organization.
Let's start there.
Fine. Okay, so we're starting at Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Rachel, what is your worst? Go.
My worst is going to be Pizza Safari.
Hey, me too.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think
I
that this is
figured because
I will preface this with Animal Kingdom has some of the best food in all 4 of the theme parks. So, judging it on a scale,
yeah.
right? This park skews towards this is the best of the best. And finding a best out of all the options for both counter service and when we do the table service next week,
Yeah.
very difficult because
Yeah.
almost everything here is fantastic. But if there is one that sticks out as
Yeah, it
like
definitely like
eh,
this it
It's
doesn't
Pizza Safari.
something doesn't belong here, and that's Pizza Safari.
yeah.
It's not the best pizza.
One of these things just doesn't belong here. Anyways,
Yep. It's just, you can tell it's already pre-made frozen pizza, and I'm not saying that I don't get that this is a theme park and it's like, whatever. It's not going to a sit-down restaurant. You're not getting handmade pizza, but I just think it could be a little better.
yeah, you are literally getting those circular,
Like,
they
personal
were made in a
sized, yeah.
factory, and just defrosted.
And
Like you go
toasted
to
and-
a sporting event and you get the
Yeah.
pizza at like the stadium or something, like that is what
It's
this
not
is.
like horrible. It's just like the fact that it's there and people eat there instead of eating at other places.
If you want a crappy
makes it
pizza,
bad.
like this is your crappy pizza. Like it'll fulfill that need. Like if you're
Like if
just
you
looking
really
for
need pizza,
a greasy like
something.
something of pizza,
Yeah.
with pepperoni and sausage or just cheese on it, then you're good because those are the only
They
three
don't have a
options
veggie
that
one
you have.
anymore? They used to have a veggie one.
So no, the plant-based options are a salad and then an Italian sausage.
Wow,
That's
they used to
plant-based.
have a
Yeah.
veggie pizza
They
too.
also have chicken parm and Caesar salad and a creamy pesto chicken pasta here too as well. But like this is like quick serve. Like
I mean, really, honestly, it's giving me like at the hotel at the All-Star, like pasta vibes.
Yeah.
Like it's not any better that you're gonna get at the resorts.
well, and maybe even worse than what you're
Maybe.
gonna get at the resorts.
Maybe.
So-
I've personally only ever had the pizza there. I don't think I ventured into the salad. Definitely not.
Yeah, I have not either.
But just the pizza alone was enough to go, I don't really want to go back here.
It's just so. It's just there are so many better options
I know.
to eat here that please, I'm begging you, do not waste your time.
Honestly,
on Pizza
it's
Safari.
really not that busy, and I think it's because it's like right when you walk to the left, like of the tree, like over there, like before Starbucks.
It's not that busy because it's not good.
No, I know, but like I just feel like it's not in the part. It's so much towards the front. But you know what? Flame Tree is also towards the front,
Correct.
and
And
it's
Flame
good.
Tree is so
Yeah.
good. So
Okay, anyway.
there are much better options. Is the moral of the story. I
Okay.
think that this is hands down Pizza Safari the worst counter service dining location in Animal Kingdom. To
Okay,
the
can I
best.
tell my best?
Yeah.
Okay, my best is going to be Satu'li Canteen.
Absolutely, 100%.
Hands down. This is hard because
Here.
I thought of,
Here.
oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I thought of Flame Tree Barbecue as well.
Also delicious.
So that was hard, but
Yak
considering
and Yeti counter service too, also delicious.
Yeah.
Like
no, but I think for like, and no, they are all good, but for the amount of theming and cool typed food for a counter service, Satu'li Canteen gets it.
yeah, spot on.
For sure.
Spot on. The theming in the building is amazing, and the transition to the idea that the food is like representative of Pandora is just so spot on.
And I
with
like how
theming.
it's like the
It's not just
scientist like cafe.
Right.
Like you're in like
Yeah.
the food court of like the labs
Right.
and stuff. So like this is like where the workers and stuff are eating.
And I think it's the best and the best of the best with theming, because almost every restaurant in Disney World will have some sort of visual theming in
Yeah.
the restaurant location.
But not the food.
The food doesn't
Yeah.
always carry over. And with this, the food is just so seamless that you feel like you're eating something like outlandish
Yeah.
on Pandora, and the food is just so, so good. If you like combination bowls and you like the
any
beef
kind
or
of
the
like
grilled
Asian
chicken and
inspired like
rice,
bowl.
noodles, all that kind of stuff. Oh, so tasty.
And the cheeseburger pods are so good.
There are cheeseburger pods too. And I think that that's important point here too. That the food is well themed and kind of outlandish. But
it's
even
still,
the
like,
most
normal.
picky eater
Yeah.
can find something that they'll like here.
Yeah.
Like I think those cheeseburger pods, I think even the most picky eater will get those
Yeah, it tastes like
with
a
a side of
McDonald's
chips and
cheeseburger.
will love that.
Yeah.
So it does.
Yeah,
It really tastes like a.
It's really good. But yeah, that's why I would pick that over the other. Or I guess we agree that that's why it's picked over the other counter service, is because of the theming and how different the food is, but how typical the food is. But they just present it in a way that's really, really cool. But also, like, just to have a bowl like that for a quick service with noodles and veggies and meat, and it's pretty big. I feel like I'm having like a sit down lunch, even though I just walked up to a counter and got it.
And man, the price is a little expensive, but the price is kind of right.
Yeah.
Because it's $17 for one of those combination bowls, but when you consider how much food you get,
You get a lot.
compared to paying $12 for a crappy cheeseburger at another like
Yeah.
quick service location, like you consider
Yeah. Or one of those pizzas.
that, or you get one of these bowls and then you split that with like splitting a cheeseburger pot.
You're
Like, you can
basically, I
get-
feel like, taking the wait service out of, like, this could be a sit-down restaurant, and they just took that part out. Mm-hmm. But the food still delivers as if it was a sit-down restaurant,
Yeah, that's a great point. I agree.
which is
100%.
cool. And the price reflects that. Like, it's higher than other counter services, but not as high as a table service.
Yeah.
So I think they just took that component out.
And you can always get your green beer. Every
Yes.
time I go here, I get my green
Yes,
beer.
you do.
It's fun.
All right.
Is it anything special? No, it's beer.
No, it's
but
just beer. It's
green.
just green. I know. It just makes you feel special.
it does. They
All
get
right,
me every
Where
time
are we going next?
for their $10 beer that's green colored. Anyways, I don't care what part. Oh, I guess you picked Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
Let's go to
next.
Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Just because Hollywood Studios, I feel like, is deplorable when it comes to counter service.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be
Okay.
like any way.
Worst.
I'm usually pretty positive with like Disney World stuff, but I don't know what's going on in Hollywood Studios. But it's the exact opposite of Animal Kingdom in the sense that it's tough for me to pick a best in Animal Kingdom. It's tough for me to pick a worst because almost all of
not
them
good.
are worst.
That's not good.
Almost all of them stink. So, anyways,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I digress. Worst.
You go first.
What do you?
Worst. No, I went first last
Oh,
time. Now
come
you
on.
get to go first this time.
So I have ABC Commissary as my worst of the worst.
Really?
Yeah. So I just feel like the theming here, it's supposed to feel like you're backstage, like in the cafeteria at a like filming studio. It just feels so bland to me.
It feels like a typical mall. It feels like a mall food court.
It does.
That, like, I can see
and not even a
anywhere.
good mall food court.
No, just...
And I just feel like the food options here, you have the shrimp tacos, which some people, I'm not really like a huge fan of that, but I just feel like the food here consistently does not deliver. Anytime that I've ever eaten at this restaurant, anytime I've ever ate at this restaurant, I feel like I've always been disappointed. And it's not that the food options are boring, because they have some interesting things. They have a buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich and pork tacos and shrimp tacos and Mediterranean salad with chicken. So they have some interesting options. I just feel like the food quality never delivers. Yeah. So that's why I'll put ABC Commissary as the worst. But again, this is a race to the bottom in Hollywood studios.
Yeah, it really is. Question. And this is because we never really go here, but is Pizza Rizzo still open?
Technically, right now, Pizza Rizzo is still open. It will not be for long.
I'm hating on pizza today.
You are.
This is really hard. I mean, I don't think ABC Commissary is the worst, but it's not the best. I don't know. I might have to go Pizza Rizzo or ABC Commissary. I can't really make a decision. Probably Pizza Rizzo. And I didn't even have the pizza there that time. I had pasta there that time we went. And we only went there one time. And that was enough. So,
yeah, I same problem with Pizza Rizzo that there is with Pizza Fari. It's just pre-made.
And like the sauce just is very bland, and there's just not a lot of pizzazz. And it's kind of out of the way. Like, I feel like if you don't know about it, you're not really going to find it either.
It is hidden in the back corner there, yeah.
So,
won't be a problem for much longer because it will be replaced by Monstropolis.
Hopefully when that comes, a brand new, really good food service will be there.
We can only hope. Because I think my bests in Hollywood Studios are the newer additions to the park. And I would say probably either the Ronto Roasters is the best, or what I had wrote down as my best was Woody's Lunchbox. And I'm not telling you that Woody's Lunchbox is even that, like, amazing or that superb, but I just think that it's kind of fun with the theming. Yeah. I don't like the whole outdoor-only seating areas.
That's the only thing and it's really a small area,
it's too. It's so hot sometimes really hot. In
But as far as food goes, like, I've never had something bad there. Even though I get it, they don't have a lot to offer of different things.
No.
But I've never, I can like, it's just dependable. I know that this is going to be good. It's good every time I get it, and it does the job. Yeah. Not anything like super, super special, but just something that you can count on. But I like the
tachos. I think that the tachos are a solid option either for the dinner or lunch menu tachos, or also worth noting that it's one of the few places in Hollywood Studios that does have counter service for breakfast too. So there are those options as well. And there's a pretty decent grilled cheese sandwich here, and a turkey sandwich, and a barbecue brisket melt. So nothing over the top or not a ton of options, but solid options that I think someone in your family will find something that they like. And in a dearth of good counter service restaurants, I think that Woody's Lunchbox is probably the winner for me.
Yeah, I also had Woody's Lunchbox on mine. I think that Ronto Roasters very well could be. If you're obviously there's but even only so options. Much. Yeah, there's only so much on that menu. So that's why I leaned more towards Woody's Lunchbox, because it had some different options other than that. But yeah, Hollywood Studios, I think in general, is hard if you're not doing a table service, especially if you're there all day.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I can think of for like snacks and less of like a lunch would be that beer. Why can't I think of it? It's like tap.
Oh, the Tap House.
Tap House. There you go. I knew it was something like that. They have a pretty good pretzel. They have like a charcuterie board.
They have a charcuterie board
and
a pretzel.
I said it was like snacks. I said it was snacks.
Literally like nothing.
You just attacked me.
It's a nice restaurant. For no reason. But like...
Anyways. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to Magic Kingdom.
But Disney, if you're listening, before we move on.
Okay.
Please. For
help
the love
Hollywood
of something.
Studios.
Like, please help Hollywood Studios when it comes to counter service.
Give them something.
It amazes me that some parks are just so good
I know.
And then other parks are so not good, and it's frustrating because you want it to be spread a little bit more evenly, you know?
Yeah.
But
Don't
anyways.
take away from the good. Just boost up.
You wanted to
the
go to
not so
Epcot
good.
next? Is that what you said?
No, I said Magic Kingdom.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
It is your turn, so you go first. Worst.
Right.
There's only one right answer here.
I know, because I wasn't thinking that one, and I was like, if I don't say that one, he's gonna go on a very long tangent.
No, say what you were going to say.
I really can't think of any other one, so...
That's right, because there's only one right answer.
All right. The worst one is gonna be with our friend and pal, Sunny Eclipse. What's it even called?
Cosmic Rays.
Cosmic
Kapooey.
Rays! Why can't I think of that? I knew his name.
I've made it a habit that anytime that anybody says Cosmic Rays or I walk by it,
Yeah.
I pretend to spit.
Yeah,
Kapooey.
it's literally awful.
Oh my gosh. So listen,
It's
nothing
not
against
that bad.
nothing against Sunny Eclipse, because I know that there's like a cult following of Sunny Eclipse, and I don't want anybody to be like really outraged that I'm saying this. But Sunny Eclipse is cool. But when you go to this counter service dining location, it's so boring. The theming besides Sunny Eclipse is boring. The food is boring. It's not even a good boring. Like, it's your
just
cheeseburgers and your
chicken
chicken fingers
tenders.
and all that stuff. But it's not even good quality cheeseburgers
like
and
it
chicken
used to be.
tenders. I don't think it ever was. I think
No.
that people have deluded themselves
To thinking
into
that.
thinking that
it
because
was
they like
better.
Sunny Eclipse.
Because they used to have a whole, like, salad bar thing that they got rid of, like, after COVID and stuff.
This
Where you
is-
could, like, put all kinds of things on your cheeseburgers and stuff.
Yeah.
But they got rid of that. All right.
Even
all
still,
right.
like, I
I honestly really can't think of another counter service that...
for a $14 cheeseburger to eat here,
Yeah, no.
it's just not worth it. It really isn't.
No.
You got to put Sunny Eclipse aside. I know that's tough for some people.
Yeah.
You got to put them aside, though, for the moment, and just realize that you're paying $14 for a hockey puck and move on. Sorry.
I feel like...
Cosmic Rays, kapooey.
I feel like Magic Kingdom doesn't have as many counter service as they do table service.
Yeah,
I feel like they have a lot of table service. But
I think that
it's
Magic
not, like,
Kingdom
even.
kind of suffers
Yeah.
from counter service, too, that there's a lot of... Here, I wouldn't say bad,
No, not bad.
but I would say middle-of-the-road counter service, and there's not a lot of really good. I think that there's a few that are really bad. Pinocchio's Village House, okay, that's another one that's in competition for the worst of the worst in Magic Kingdom, along with Cosmic Rays, kapooey. But I think that there's a lot of just middle-of-the-road. Places like Casey's Corner, the Friar's Nook, the Lunching Pad, whenever it's open,
Yeah.
not always open, Pecos Bills, Sleepy Hollow, Sunshine Tree Terrace. I
But
think
not
that there's
all
a
of
lot
those
of
are,
like
like,
middle of the
snacks.
road. Some of them are snacks.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like
I just
Columbia
feel like
Harbor
there's a lot of
House
middle of the road.
is a pretty good one.
It is.
Pecos Bills is a pretty good one.
Honestly, for the best though, it has to be Gaston's Tavern.
That's
I know
not
that
even
it's
like a
more-
meal.
Of a snack location. But
It is a snack location. That's
for
not
breakfast, you're going to tell
I
me
mean, yeah, no, you
that
could
that
have
cinnamon
you
roll
could, yeah, that's filling. I'm
is
just
not
saying
breakfast?
it's not. I'm thinking more lunch. It's not, it doesn't have like a you're not having a meal. You know?
not a traditional meal.
No.
But I just think if we're looking at counter service locations, Gaston's Tavern is the best of the best. A place that I have to go to every
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
If I was to pick a more traditional counter service, Columbia Harbor House would probably win the best position.
Yeah. If you're looking for Mexican though, I went for the first time a few trips ago, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed Pecos Bills.
Yeah, it's
And I'm really excited for the new Pirates of the Caribbean one
Yeah.
that's coming over there. So that will have to...
I mean, Pecos Bills, I think, is
Tortuga Tavern?
is
Is that
your
what they're calling it?
traditional... No, that's what's there now.
Oh.
I think that Pecos Bills is your middle-of-the-road kind of You know,
It's like a Taco Bell.
Like a Taco Bell, kind of. So it's not going to disappoint you necessarily. And it's pretty decent food.
It's cool to have Mexican, though.
Like, I would go
in,
there.
like, Magic. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like a
But it's
typical
also,
quick
I don't think,
service
the
meal.
best of the best either.
No. I would say your best middle of the road, besides snack, is going to be Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah.
For different types of quick service. That's not just cheeseburgers and chicken tenders.
Right.
It has other things.
Options, and they do a pretty good job
Yeah.
of those options. So they have a lobster roll. You have salmon. You don't always get salmon at a counter service. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
I know.
Shrimp skewer. You get a trio platter, fried shrimp platter, shrimp salad, fish platter, and a chicken platter. So there are some more adventurous options.
Obviously, it's
including
a
clam
harbor
chowder.
house. It's
right. It's
fish.
more fish.
Yeah.
Really, it's more seafood. But there are also there's
but
the option
even the
of
chicken
too
tenders
as well.
here are better than at Cosmic Race.
I think so. Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm pretty sure they're the same ones, but they're just made better. I don't know. Anyways.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense. But regardless.
All right. Last but not least. This one's hard.
On to Epcot. Well, Epcot, I think just food in general,
Is
similar
good.
to Animal Kingdom,
Yeah.
has a lot of really good locations. So if we're starting with the worst, this isn't because the food, I think, is the worst.
I'm really interested to see if we have the same thing.
I just think it's just kind of blah when you're in Epcot. I don't know why you would go here, other than the food is freshly coming off of Living with the Land.
Yeah. Okay, we're on
But
the same page.
Sunshine Seasons in the Land Pavilion very much just feels like a food court. The theming here is, it's cool that a lot of the plant-based
If you're a
foods are
vegetarian,
coming out of
They have a lot of plant-based
the ride.
and vegetarian and vegan options.
They do.
So if that is something that's in your diet, then this is the place to go.
Yeah.
It's cool that they're growing it and you're eating it.
It
So
is.
that's cool.
It is, but I just think that there are
it's-
so many other options in Epcot, especially if you're
Don't
there
waste your lunch there.
when there's a festival, or I
Yeah.
think that also complicates it too, right? There's so many festival booths and other things that it's tough to say. A lot of times you go to Epcot and it's like, do I really want to eat at one of those when there's all these really awesome festival booths?
Yeah.
Or these really good
Let's
sit-down
go
restaurants?
like not festival though. Things that are there like all the time. Remember the electric umbrella?
Yes. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
And I think that the new one, the Connections Cafe
Yeah.
or whatever they call it too, I think that it's kind of a similar vibe to that. Like,
Yeah.
it's good. It's not bad. But why would you do that? I think you just have to ask yourself, why would I eat there when World Showcase is literally just a few hundred yards away?
Yeah. Lots of better options.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, on that note,
But I always usually see a lot of people in there.
I think it's just an easy place to eat.
Yeah.
And I do think it is
Convenient.
cool that it's coming out of Living with the Land, all that stuff. I got it. But, World Showcase. On that note, what is the best counter service in Epcot? My answer is probably not going to be your answer.
Really?
Yeah. For the sole factor that you do not like fish.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Quick service is harder for me because I can think of a lot more restaurants than quick service, but I don't know. I'm literally drawing a blank on quick service. I'm like going through all like the countries in my head and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, mine is Yorkshire County Fish House.
Well, yeah.
This is a walk-up counter service. You're going to get literally fish and chips. That's pretty much it.
That's
Fish and chips
it.
and beer. But man, oh man,
If you are a fish and chips fan,
this is one of the best, I think, fish and chips meals that you'll get. $13.49, very affordable for what you're getting. You get a good portion size, and it is that beer battered, just fried fish and French fry goodness.
yeah.
And so we have it on good. We have it on good information that the sheriff of Nottingham, who my brother happened to meet in the pool at the beach club one year, even it's Sheriff of Nottingham approved.
Yeah.
So what's that telling you? People from England even saying that the fish
It's
there
good.
is delicious.
It's good.
So that tells you something.
That's true.
So Yorkshire County Fish House, well worth eating at. To me, this is the best. And again, this is kind of an Animal Kingdom situation where there are a few really good counter service restaurants that I think you should try. And I'll kind of compete, but I have to give this one the number one spot.
Okay. Sometimes my place isn't open, but I'm going to have to go with the Pizza Al Taglio in Italy. You can get the pizza from Via Napoli. So there's not much. It's just pizza. But it's good pizza. And I don't even like pizza that much.
It's true.
So
Rachel is not a huge fan of pizza.
As we talked about in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
This, though, is good quick service pizza. So they just have pepperoni and then a margarita pizza. But if you can't go to Via Napoli, and Via Napoli is one of my favorite restaurants, then this is the next best thing.
I'm surprised you didn't say Regal Eagle.
I thought about it, but I really don't eat barbecue. I liked it better before it was barbecue. I liked it better when it had other American dishes.
Oh, God, I thought that it was awful before. And I think Regal Eagle was such a, what do the kids call it these days, a glow up?
It had a glow up.
Yeah.
I think it did. I'm just not as... It's good. I just wish they had kept some of the older things. I don't remember, like, what at on the top of my head, but, like, I'm not...
You're making a very convincing argument.
I don't run out of my way for just straight... Like, I'm not going to eat ribs. I'm not going to eat, like...
You know
what I mean? I know, but I'm just... That would have been... Then that would have been, like, so, like, American of me. To be like, obviously, it's the American quick service that's the best. It's not. I'd probably skip over it, honestly. I probably wouldn't eat there.
Wow. Bold take.
Unless I was, like, really...
Oh, I would.
...wanting barbecue, but really? I just don't ever...
Wow. I would say that that's one of my, like, third or fourth, maybe, favorite counter services after Yorkshire. But, okay. Anyways.
No, my next one would probably be Artisans de la Glace.
Are
our...
Yeah, I wouldn't... I know that would kind of be counter service, but I wasn't even thinking of Artisans de Glace, honestly, as like an option. But anyways.
I thought of that or the crepe place.
Best or really worst. Yeah, the crepe place was good too.
Yeah.
So these are our best and worst counter services at the 4 Disney theme parks. Let us know if you like this episode. Again, next week we will have a part 2 where we will talk about the best and the worst table service restaurants in each of the 4 theme parks. But if you want us to continue with this best and worst theme, we can definitely do that. Let us know by reaching out to us on our social media accounts or sending us an email at startswithawish.podcast@gmail.com. And as always, if you are looking to book your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Lines, Aluani, any Disney location across the world, Adventures by Disney, all of that stuff, even if you wanted to go to, like, Universal or something silly like that, or go on a Royal Caribbean cruise, who would ever want to do that? Anyways, you can also reach out for those things. You can also reach out to Rachel at rmello@mickeystravels.com. And as always, remember, folks, it all starts with a wish. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.